Our community's name is Mitzvah Yah. Our community is built on standards from the Torah, and we understand not everybody knows what the Torah is. Um, Everybody has the Torah generally in their nightstand or on a shelf, probably gathering dust. But using some foundations from that, we have built our foundations. I guess using arguable foundations from the Torah. Not everybody gets the same thing out of the Torah that it seems that we all get. I mean, there have been some traditional things, but anyway, I digress. So taking the word mitzvah, Torah, and the holy name, blessed be his name, um, and combining that to Mitzvah Yah as being our community's foundational thoughts. It's like having a motto in your name. So if you're familiar with any of those three things, you'll. But if you're not, which I guess there's probably a lot of people that aren't, mitzvahs are, as most people will tell you, the Baal Shem Tov spread is, the idea behind mitzvahs and good deeds. We definitely strive for those good deeds. Part of our what we want to do here with Mitzvah Yah, or where we've learned a lot of our school of thought is coming from. We draw from things of like Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. We don't claim to have one Rebbe per se, but yet we feel like you're consistently learning from good rabbis all the time, and these are the guys that have they've put in a good rabbi's case, they put in their community's thoughts above their own, right? Like that they want to learn how to get closer to Hashem to teach you how to get closer to Hashem, which I think is probably the greatest calling ever since Moshe Rabbeinu. All the way to Joshua, to the elders, from generation to generation. But using the core foundation principles of mitzvos, Torah, and Hashem, Mitzvah Yah is striving to continue to build a community that is consistently trying to get closer to God through study of Torah and then doing of Torah, mitzvos, good deeds, including teaching men to fill in, teaching women to do, Friday night Shabbat candles, anything that can be releasing sparks to get us one step closer to the Messianic age. We believe that you're not going to see a lot of church fathers mentioned on this show. We believe that the rabbis have been doing it for 3,000 plus years. So I think that if I want people that have been studying the text the longest are going to have a more of an accurate way, more truthful in the way that they're performing these mitzvahs and why they're performing. And the thing is we don't have to know why we're performing them. I just need to know how to do them. If you want to learn how to do tzitzits, you're going to be researching somebody out online that's more likely. Well, that you're going to get two things. You're going to get somebody who's Jewish, or somebody or a Christian that has learned their Hebraic roots, which is, I think, the two seems to be on the rise. either one, is a beautiful thing. So it doesn't matter where it's come. That in that case, it doesn't matter where your information comes from. But that original source is probably going to be a Jewish source. Is what I'm saying. Even Rabbi Yeshua said that salvation comes from the Jews. So, but our schools of thought are definitely Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. You'll hear there'll be stories on this channel from him. There'll be definitely lessons. There'll his grandfather or great grandfather, the Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Yisrael. You'll hear from the Rebbe, the seventh Lubavitch Chabad Rebbe will be mentioned on this show. Rebbe Yeshua ben Joseph will be mentioned on this show, and he will be referenced as that, and that is non-negotiable things. So if any of those people offend you in any way, maybe this show's not for you. But if you want to get closer to Hashem and you want to do it in a truthful, cheap way, because no, we will never ask for your money. Torah is to be given free. It's the one thing I want. Well, I agree with Rambam on quite a few things, but that being one of them, though, is that I believe rabbis should have I believe everybody should have a job on top of anything that is for the community. Is just that for the community. Now, if I'm at work and somebody really needs to get a hold of me, they can. And work is actually very, they know who I am and who I'm not. And, if I had a emergency at work and it was Hashem related, I believe they would, probably root me on. So, I believe very much anybody spreading God probably should have a real job too. I feel like the Torah kind of tells you to, wherever if not the Torah, the Tanakh for sure, which is, an extension of, you wouldn't have the rest of the province of the writings without Torah. So one just builds upon the other. Kabbalah. We will talk about Kabbalah thoughts. I believe, I honestly believe that Kabbalah is just Torah. You're just giving it an extra name it doesn't need. I believe everything is found in the Torah. You can say I'm just replacing words if you want to, but just as necessary. Do not add and do not take away. So if these things don't align with anybody's teaching, don't align with Torah, then they're out. They must be either a false prophet or a false teacher. Either one leads to destruction. So, and that's on the teacher. And I'm not going to judge any other teachers. I'm not going to judge any rabbis. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to just teach. I'm also not a preacher, but I will get off on a rant sometimes.